everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of JoAnna's Point of View. Man, I got a lot to talk about. Y'all know I ain't got no friends, so when I say I need to talk, I do a video. You know what I'm saying? And when I say I don't have any friends, y'all, please don't take people that consider me a friend. Don't take it personal. When I'm talking about me not having any friends on a day-to-day basis, I have nobody that I can call and talk to. I have no one that I can, go and see and unwind and kind of, just a little bit better. Y'all can see me a little better now. Okay. I just don't have anyone that I can really count on and depend on like that. So I don't talk to anybody. I talk to y'all. So today I got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. Am I the only person that has ungrateful kids? They always want something for nothing. Like, I know I'm not the only person that has children like that, but I know that I have spoiled my kids. And I know the reason I've done it is because I grew up wanting a lot of things that I couldn't have. Some of the things I probably could have had, but I just wasn't given. So, with my children, I was like, yo, my kids gonna have whatever they want. You know what I mean? They're not gonna, be stuck in the house all day doing chores. They're not, you know what I mean? I wanted a different life for my kids than the one that I grew up with. So, over the past 15, almost 16 years, I worked my ass out to make sure that I could give my kids all the things that they want, all the things that they need, and most of the things that they want. And I feel like I may have given them a disadvantage in life because my kids don't know how to do the things that they should know how to do because I've shielded them from that. You know what I mean? Like, I was always cleaning up when I grew up. I'm one of 7 children between my mom and my dad, and I have never been either of my parents' favorite. No, period. Like, I've never been either of my parents' favorite, and I had to grow up to do a lot of things by myself that I shouldn't have had to do just because I wasn't the one. I wasn't liked. So I wanted to make sure that my children wouldn't have to grow up that way. And so I probably have handicapped them in a way because they don't know how to do certain things. And then when they do it wrong, I get so frustrated. And I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? And they're like, well, we don't know. So, but on the other end of that coin, on the other side of that coin, my kids want everything. And when I don't give them something that they want, they get mad at me. Like, these niggas have, like my daughter, she may not say anything, but she's one of those people that can't hide their emotions in their face. So anytime she's upset, you can see it all over her face, and it pisses me off because it reminds me of that Beyonce song. The first time I say no, you act like it's like I never said yes. They act and throw fits, and especially with her, like I said, she has this look that comes over her face when she's upset, and you can see, you can read her emotion all over her face. My daughter. And I'm just like, how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, how dare you have an attitude with me right now when I give you everything? The first time I say no, I get all this freaking attitude, but at the same time, I go in the kitchen because the kitchen is my 15-year-old's domain. That's her room to clean up. I expect for her to clean out the counters, the stove, the refrigerator, the microwave, wash the dishes, put everything up. None of that stuff gets done on a daily basis. It's a chore that she's supposed to do on a daily basis, but none of it gets done on a daily basis. She'll go in there and she'll wash the dishes, but she won't even clean out the sink. She won't put anything up until I go in there and I see it, and then I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I go and I get her and I make her get up out of her bed, and now she has the attitude again because she didn't do what she knew that she was supposed to do, and I saw it and made her do it. Why does it have to be all that, though? I'm telling you, like yesterday, I told my daughter that I wanted her to clean up her room and to clean out the fridge. First I told her I wanted her to clean out the refrigerator and the microwave because they were both dirty. I'm like, how can we even clean out of, even cook out of these appliances, and they're so freaking dirty, like cleaning the appliances. I had told her to do it days ago, but she finally got to it last night because I went in her room. She was laying down. I was like, yeah, remember I told you to clean up that the refrigerator and the microwave? She was like, okay, yeah, I'm getting it. And just stayed there and just laid in the bed and just kept looking at her laptop like she didn't hear me say, get your motherfucking ass up and go clean up the kitchen. So then I have to be the asshole. I got to be the bitch and be like, nigga, I meant now. Like, get your ass up right now and do what the fuck I said. And then whenever I have to react that way, everyone gets an attitude and they have these looks on their face like I'm wrong. But I've been done told you to do this shit. Been done told you to do it and it hasn't been done. So now it's nighttime, it's dark outside. I'm coming in your room and I'm like, yo, when you gonna get this shit done? He's like, I'm gonna get it done. You just lay in the bed and you chilling. No, motherfucker, now I have to tell you, get your ass up right goddamn now, like I said. Do y'all know how long it took her to clean out the refrigerator and microwave? Less than 30 minutes. And she did them both thoroughly. They all look great. Spectacularly clean. It took her less than 30 minutes. I've been asking her to do this shit all weekend. She laid around and bullshitted all weekend. When I finally said, get your ass up now and do it, it took her 30 minutes to get it done. And that's the part that be pissing me off because it's like I tell y'all to do shit. I know that what I'm telling y'all to do is not a lot of work and it's not going to take you long to do it. But nobody wants to get up. Now my son, when I tell him to do something, he gets up immediately and tries to do exactly what I said. Now, he does not do it thoroughly, but he gets his ass up. And he gets to work as soon as I tell him to do something. So, last night, you know, while she was still bullshitting getting up out of bed, I was like, Blaze, you need to clean up your room. You need to clean up your room and your bathroom. He knocked that shit out in like 20 minutes. And was like, Mom, come check it out, make sure it's done. I looked, it's clean for him. You know what I mean? It was clean for him. So I was like, you know what? You did enough. Go ahead, go chill, I'll get the rest. But he doesn't give me the attitude when I tell him to do something like that. He might not like it. I mean, when I tell him to go to bed, oh yes, he gives me all kind of attitude. He is not happy. He won't say good night. He won't say I love you. If I tell him to turn off his TV and his game and go to bed, he's upset. He's pissed. And I'm not getting a good night or I love you unless I make him. And sometimes I do, like, I love you. I love you. You know what I mean? Like, make him say it back to me because he's pissed off because he got to go to bed. But that's probably the most that I have to worry about with him is when it's time for him to go to bed. Or when I tell him to turn off that daggone Xbox because I feel like he spends way too much time in his room playing video games. And when it's time for us to do homework and stuff, he doesn't know how to read yet. He can read some, but he can't read all of the stories and stuff that he has to read with his homework. So I said, okay, since you like playing this game so much, how about this? For every hour that you play your game, you have to give me an hour of reading. So if you play your game for 3 hours, when you finish, you have to give me 3 hours of quiet reading. I don't give a damn if you don't have 3 hours worth of books. You're going to read the same book over and over and over for 3 hours because that's the deal that we made. If that game is that important to you, then you need to earn it. And the way by doing this is by reading because that's what you need help with. Do y'all know the first day I came up with that rule, my son didn't play the game all day? And I asked him, I was like, Blaze, you ain't played the game all day. Like, what's up? Like, this your shit. You like playing the game. Why you haven't played? Blaze said, because I don't want to read. I said, so you telling me that you will forego playing the game that you love so much because you hate reading that much? He said, yeah. And that first day that I made that rule, he did not play that game. Blaze was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to read, so I'm just not going to play the game. I understand when something's difficult and you don't want to keep trying it because it's difficult. Like, I don't get it. I can't do this. But I was not expecting for him to not play the game to avoid reading. So now I gotta think of some more shit. I gotta think of some more shit now because I have got to give him an incentive to read because he's never gonna get good at it if he just refuses to do it. So I'm telling him, you know, while you're spending all this time playing your games, you need to be kind of, you know, trying to refreshing your schooling because, you know, you just had the whole summer, you've been stuck in the house, you've been playing video game all summer because we haven't been anywhere, we couldn't go anywhere. So now it's time for school to start back and we have got to figure out a way for you to start to love to read because you have to learn how to read, period. I mean, that's one of the basic skills that you have to have in life because if you can't read, motherfucker's gonna get over you your whole life. You can't sign no contract because you can't read that motherfucker. So you might be signing away your firstborn child. You might be signing away your left kidney to somebody in Afghanistan. You just never know what might happen. But you can't read the paperwork that you're going to sign. So you having to trust another motherfucker. And the only person that my kids can trust only is me. I'm the only person that y'all can trust 1,000%. So if you can't read and somebody gives you a contract, how do you know that you're not signing away your whole damn life? You ain't tripping because it wasn't important you to learn how to read because you can play the video game. So you're like, well, shit, if I did sign away my motherfucking life, I still get to play the video game. Craziness. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to y'all about that and see if that's something that y'all have dealt with. I know a lot of my viewers are older. I know a lot of y'all children are grown or damn near grown. So does it get any better? Like, when will it get better? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's the you know, the plateau? Like, where does it? Okay, this is it. It stops. Because I'm distraught. I'm like, yo. And then when I get that way, I take days off from my kids. I'm like, you know what? Since nobody wants to listen to nothing that I say, y'all don't want to do what the fuck I say. Y'all on y'all own today. Y'all figure out how y'all gonna eat. Y'all figure out what y'all gonna drink. Y'all figure out what y'all gonna do. Nobody come back to my room. Don't knock on my door. Don't ask me shit. Y'all on your own. And then my daughter hates that because she knows when they're on their own, that means she has to play mom. Because my son's not allowed to go in the kitchen because he makes a mess and he don't clean up behind himself. So she knows everything that he needs, she gonna have to do it because I done said don't fucking bother me. So now she got an attitude. But when I was here, when I was like 10 toes down for y'all and everything, like, well, let's get it. Anything I said, I got an attitude about it. Y'all, you know, y'all ain't got on. Go do it. See how you like it. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. Neither one of them. So anyway, I saw a meme yesterday that I was like, yo, that's real shit. And I'm going to talk about it. So, basically, it's how to never be disappointed again. Nobody likes to be disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, nobody likes to be disappointed. But everybody, at some point in their life, will be disappointed. And the way to avoid being disappointed is to stop having expectations for people. If I don't expect you to do anything, then you can't disappoint me when you don't do shit. And that's something that took me a very, very, very long time to learn, you guys. It took me a long time. Because certain people you're supposed to be able to expect things from. You know what I mean? Like your family. You know what I mean? Like your family, you should be able to expect them to be you expect for your family to have your back. You know what I mean? Like you expect them when you need them, your family gonna come through clutch. Like, yo, I got your back. What's up? What you need? Let's get it. And that does not happen in my family. And it doesn't because in my family there's always that one. There's always that one that everyone feels is unruly, can't be controlled, or the prodigal child. That was the title that I held. I still do, because I'm pretty sure right now my daddy's calling me a prodigal child. Wherever he is, in whatever church, I'm pretty sure right now he's probably calling me a prodigal child. But there's always that one in the family that's just an outcast. And it's really by no doing of their own. You know what I mean? Like, I was made to be the outcast because I was the one that, I looked just like my dad, and I acted just like him. So, you know, sometimes it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror, especially when what you're seeing is not good. You know what I mean? People don't want to look at themselves in the mirror and be like, oh shit, that's fucked up. So when you have someone in front of you that is that's identical to you in their behaviors, you'll start to not like that person because ultimately you don't like yourself. You know what I mean? It's something about you that you don't like. So the things of yourself that you can see in your child, it makes you not like them too. So I was, from the jump, I was born in last place. You know what I mean? I was supposed to be a boy. My dad had all girls. All girls. And I was supposed to be a boy. The doctor told him I was a boy. I came out with this big fat ass pussy. He was mad. He was like, this is not a boy. This is another one of them little girl things I got at home. What is this? So, because they told him that I was supposed to be a boy and I turned out not to be one, my daddy decided that I was going to be his son. Regardless. I got a pussy, but I was going to be his son. So that's how he treated me. He treated me like I was his son. And I had to do so much more than my sisters had to do. All this manual labor, laying down a brick driveway in the front yard of our house, laying down bricks, brick by brick, to build a driveway. I'm a girl. I'm a child. I'm a girl child. And you have me outside laying bricks for you a driveway. I am a girl, Damon. But he didn't see that. He was like, oh, she's rough and tough, because I was big. I was a big child. And I was a big child because people start trying to fuck on me at a much too early age. Like, I was surrounded by pedophiles. Like, by people, like pedophiles and freaks. And y'all, this was at the church. Like, my family owns a church. You know what I mean? Like, we're part of a church. They are. My family is part of the church community, and there was so much incest and rape and so much fucked up stuff that was going on in my family. It was just fucked up. And I was always being disappointed because as a child, the one thing that you are told that you should and can expect is that your parents are going to love and take care of you. I did not get that. I didn't get it. Like, even now, with me and my older sister, Maria, not talking. And we're not going to until she admits that she was wrong and she apologizes. Because in our argument, this time, I really didn't do a damn thing wrong. I didn't do shit wrong. And I'm tired of always being the one to have to apologize to everybody, because I'm the one. You know what I mean? I'm always wrong because that's what they know of me. I'm always wrong. And it really makes division in the family when you use one particular child as the scapegoat for everything wrong in your life. And that was me. I was a scapegoat for everything that was wrong in my mom and my dad and my siblings' life. I was the scapegoat and I was the punching bag. So I had come to, back at that age, food was comforting for me. I would just eat because that was the only thing that I could do and not get in trouble for it. And then I started getting in trouble for eating. My daddy was eating some butter pecan ice cream, and I said, Daddy, can I have a bite? Innocent, little 6, 7-year-old little girl. Dad sitting down at the kitchen table enjoying himself a bowl of butter pecan ice cream. And I said, that looks good. So I said, Daddy, can I have a bite of your ice cream? This nigga gets mad. pushes the bowl all the way to the other side of the table and was like, "You want some ice cream? Fine, sit down and eat it." And I was like, "No, I'm okay. That's right, Daddy." And he was like, "No, no, you want the ice cream? You got it." So he made me sit down and finish his bowl that he was eating. And just to make sure that he drove his point home, he got the gallon of butter pecan ice cream out the freezer, and he said, "You're going to eat all of it." I asked you for a bite of your ice cream, and I have to finish your bowl and this whole part. Mind y'all, I'm lactose intolerant. We have known this forever. You put some milk in my system, you better have a bathroom within 5 feet because it's going down. So, my daddy knowing this, made me eat all the damn ice cream. And I had to go to the damn hospital and get my stomach pumped because I was so full of lactose. I was just shitting and throwing up. I was hurting all over. I was sick. And that was the one time I can remember my mom getting mad at my dad and taking up for me. That was the one time I can remember her being angry and taking up for me. She's like, "What are you thinking? You know she's lactose intolerant. She's sick. Your child is in there shitting and throwing up. She's sick." And he was like, "She wants the ice cream, so I made her eat the shit." She's like, "Nigga, she asked you for a bite, and you made her eat all of it." So I had to go to the hospital and do all this stuff because I'm lactose intolerant and I was really, really sick. But that just goes to show you the division in my family. That was the only time I can recall my mom taking up for me. And my sisters in the house, they didn't say a bitch ass thing. They never took up for me. In fact, my sisters would routinely throw me under the bus to avoid getting in trouble themselves. Yeah. So, when we talk about expectations, how you can never be disappointed again to never have expectations. So I saw this meme. And the meme says, remove your expectations from people and you will remove their power to hurt your feelings. If you don't like something, just take away its only power, attention. Man, I felt it. I felt it because the more attention that you pay to somebody that hurts your feelings, the deeper that hurt goes. You know what I mean? And when you expect things from people, that opens the door for them to let you down every time. And I could write a book on that. Okay. I could write a book on it. But for those of you that want to know, it took me 35 years to learn this lesson. And I didn't learn it from no meme. But when I saw the meme, I was like, you sure right. For those of y'all that have not learned the lesson yet, please understand that when you allow yourself to expect something from someone, you are allowing yourself the opportunity to be let down and hurt when those people let you down. Because 9 times out of 10, people are human. I'm not going to say someone has the express intention of letting you down, disappointing you, and hurting you. But when you expect someone to do great things and they return or respond with some bullshit, and it hurts your feelings, that's on you because you allowed yourself to expect that they were going to do something. I don't expect anything from anyone anymore. Let me tell you. I have been without a working car for much of the summer. My car broke down like July. So I've been posted at the house not being able to move because my car's broken down and it costs more to fix it than I paid for. So I'm like, oh, we're going to let this sit here until, no. So right now I'm looking for another car and stuff. And so I don't have a vehicle. So when I need to go somewhere, because I live in Paris, Texas. Paris is maybe 5 miles all the way around. But when I need to do something that's on another part of town that I'm not in, I have to call someone and wait on someone to come through and help me. Like the other day, I had ordered my daughter had ordered Popeyes for the house. You know, she's like, I got some money, I just got paid from one of my clients, so I'm going to order some chicken for the whole house. Okay? I'm like, okay. She put in her order. I said, now call them and make sure they know that you want that 8-piece dark. And, you know, so she called. lady she was talking to was so damn confused. She was like, here, Mom, you talk to her. So I talked to her, and I was like, yeah, we have a delivery order. We need that all dark. She's like, well, we don't deliver. And I was like, yes, you guys do, because your app is set up for delivery, and I know DoorDash delivers for you guys. So go ahead and accept that order, get it together. I want all dark meat, red beans, and rice, and somebody from DoorDash to come pick it up and bring it to me. Like, okay, okay. The food gets here. It's not what we ordered. It was completely not what we ordered. They didn't even give us no sides. We didn't have no sides at all. The 8-piece was mixed. I don't